land this plane within my time. I want to know, I want to tell you briefly how I see the world and invite you to tell me if I'm wrong. I think President Xi and President Putin and the Ayatollah in Iran are working together. I think that President Xi is the quarterback. I think their goal is to have Russia dominate Central and Eastern Europe, to have Iran dominate the Middle East, and to have China dominate the Indo-Pacific while being free to roam in sub-Saharan Africa and South America and space. I do not want America to be the world's policeman, but I don't want President Xi or President Putin or Iran to be the world's policeman either. Do I see the world in the right way?
I would tell you, Senator, that we are seeing them. I mean, I don't know specifically what their ambitions are, but we do see them working together and doing some of those things against our interest.
General, I need you to, both of you fine gentlemen, to look us in the eye and tell us what you think. I understand you got to choose your words carefully. You don't want to get put on double secret probation. But we've got some hard decisions to make here. And there's a consensus, I think, in the Congress to give you more money. Because I think we need to spend more money on defense. But you're going to have to give us straight answers and tell us what you think. Mr. Secretary, am I right or wrong?
Senator, your question of one of your colleagues said it earlier, $185 billion is a lot of money. If we are given more money than is in the budget that you've seen, we will be good stewards of that and innovate even faster. I think what we are saying to this committee is we believe we can transform the Army with those amount of dollars as long as we are able to use them the way that we want to, and we are not
Tell
jammed.
me again the amount of money you need for the Army transformation.
We can use our current budget and transform the Army, as long as we're able to spend it the way that we believe is right.
How much money do you think we need to spend as a country to maintain or either, depending on your perspective, reach parity with China?
I think President Xi, President Putin, and Iran are working together. I think President Xi is the quarterback.
In Kennedy's view, we're witnessing a coordinated global playbook. China leads the strategy, Russia eyes Eastern Europe, Iran wants to dominate the Middle East, and their alliance is expanding influence in Africa, South America, and even space. This isn't just geopolitics, it's a warning, and Kennedy wants to know if our leaders see it too.
I understand you got to choose your words carefully. But we've got some hard decisions to make here.
He called it out: hedging, hesitation, the polished language of bureaucracy. Kennedy urged military leaders to skip the dance and deliver direct answers about America's defense posture.
Do you trust Germany to spend more money? What about the UK?
Billions are on the table. Kennedy pressed for clarity. Do our NATO allies mean what they say? Will they match words with action? And can the U.S. military actually transform with the current budget if allowed to spend it strategically?
Do you think what we do in Ukraine impacts our struggle with China or not?
I think the president has mentioned between the two bills $1 trillion for the DoD.
Okay. Do you trust Europe to spend more money?
I'm sorry, Europe.
Do you trust Germany to spend more money? They've talked a good game.
When I was out with NATO with Ambassador Whitaker and talked to a lot of our colleagues in the NATO countries, and as far as I could tell qualitatively, they believed it seemed to be that they were going to start to spend significantly more.
General, do you trust the United Kingdom to follow through and spend more money?
I mean, all I've gotten, Senator, is what they said that they were going to do with their new defense review, that they said that they were going to raise, their spending on defense.
Based
So
on your
it'll remain to be
experience,
seen.
do you believe them?
I mean, I think we're big believers in we'll see. I think action is what counts in some of this. There's certainly been a whole bunch of our allies that have done that when they've called for.
Tell me, General, how you think the war in Ukraine relates to our struggle with China? Are the two inextricably linked, or do the two have nothing to do with each other?
Well, I think, Senator, everybody is watching that fight right now, taking lessons from it. I think everybody's doing that. I think everybody is looking, I
know
get a lot of
everybody-
comments.
General, I know everybody's watching. I got that
Yeah.
part. We're all watching. Do you think what we do in Ukraine impacts our struggle with China or not? Give me a straight
I
answer.
do think our partners and allies are watching what we're doing and how that turns out. Yes, Senator, I agree with that.
All right. Last question, because I'm going to land this plane. How's our recruiting coming?
We're dominating recruiting and retention.
Why is it better?
We made some structural changes and the return to a focus on lethality among our leadership.
What structural changes did you make?
We created a future soldiers prep program that gets soldiers or future soldiers who are right on the edge and helps get them a little bit more training before they join. And then there were problems with when we transitioned over to digital medical records. We were catching things when kids were younger, and we didn't have in place the mechanisms to get those waivers, and we have improved there dramatically.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
With a critical check-in, Kennedy asked the tough question, is our military growing stronger? The response, recruiting is up, thanks to structural changes, renewed focus on combat readiness, and smarter enlistment pathways. From global alliances to national readiness, Senator Kennedy made one thing clear. America can't afford blind spots. And when billions are at stake, Congress expects answers, not ambiguity. If you believe America needs leaders who speak plainly and act boldly, make sure to like this video, subscribe to